Is that dev call?
Streaming
This is dev call, yeah. Hello and welcome to dev call. But there's no praise here. We go straight into the meat. Only Matteo and James are allowed to speak, and of course you, Amin, because you're a dev.
Thank you very much. No, I just invited Monique to come here to become familiar with you, him. He knows Lauren, but he has not met Marco, you, Matteo, and James. Oh, Griff is here. Griff.
It's
hi,
very
Griff.
nice you're here. It's just hey, Griff. We're still waiting for James. The only thing I want to note is that James wanted this meeting to be very lean because he wanted to discuss a lot of stuff. So basically he said like Matteo and me should talk and everyone can hang out. But now James, of course, thinks it's an hour later because the talk was always at 5 p.m. CET. And yeah, that's how it is. How are you, Griff? Oh, I see some gray in the beard. That's nice.
Oh yeah. The token
I'm a little bit older than you, so that's cool, man. It's always like I'm always one step ahead.
Yeah, going well. We made some big progress today on the Give token, working with Marco and Fabio on givebacks, working with Willie. We finalized the airdrop for Giveth donors, so that's great. Making progress.
That is awesome. So thank you, Lauren, for streaming. James is here. I only have a little update after because I think everybody got that we work with Segment now and got that bridged nicely and can do it even more nice in the future. That's one of the updates. The other one is that I just a couple of minutes ago made another separate channel, the testing report channel, because I think it's better to separate this from whatever the developers are talking about. It should clear up a bit space because it was getting very noisy in there. And so I don't want to hold anything up. Like I said, this should be kept lean. So James and Matteo mainly, I mean, anybody else has something to say, please do. But these guys want to structure the sprint, so we should let them. Hello, James.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Scheduling. Okay. So yeah, I mean, my update's quite brief. I don't have a lot to add really. Like, we are on staging, we're testing, we're investigating one bug at the moment, and there may be more, but I haven't looked properly in the new bug channel or the new bug column. And I would like to move to the sprint planning, which I believe Marco could help lead. Since he set it up, and he's educated recently in the love and art of sprint planning. So I will leave it there. Essentially, everything is on staging. Please test, please mark any bugs with critical for launch labels so they don't get missed. And hopefully we can resolve everything today. And if we're happy, go live for tomorrow. That's it from me.
I had to mute you, Marco, because you had lots of background noise. Sorry, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thanks. I just didn't notice I was unmuted, so sorry about that. Before we start, I just wanted to quickly, since we don't have like officially a project manager here, we do it all by ourselves. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions: how we want to manage our board, and what is like the best things for us to go sprint planning. So currently we have like we have these columns. One is we have the new issues, and then we have backlog, then in progress. So I wanted to ask, do we want to have maybe something like, do we want to have new issues, then a backlog, then a sprint backlog, and then moving items to in progress and so on and so forth? Or do we want to have like just new issues and then prioritized in that column, and then whatever goes to the backlog is actually considered to be inside a sprint? This is a question.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we had before. I think what you're calling sprint backlog was called to do, and it was serving the same purpose. So like the backlog was something just for taking off the top of. No, hang on. Yeah, so the backlog, I mean, yeah, essentially that's what we had before, basically. And I believe it was with after a conversation with you that I was inspired to remove the to-do one. But we were not also really working in strict sprints either. I'm totally open to having a to-do column. It's nice because honestly, the way we need to do it right now is order the backlog first of all, and then we need to filter generally. And although the filters work and all this stuff, it's quite a lot of information to digest or whatever. So I'm totally down with that if you want to create a new column.
Yeah, so normally what ends up in backlog is considered that this is going to be done eventually, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So like that's normally how it's done, right? So I just want to make sure that is it okay for us that we don't create a new column or we create a new column, whatever. Like for example, in the token engineering commons, we have the product backlog, which goes everything inside there what we think should be done, right? Then we have then we do the sprint planning, then everything goes to the sprint backlog, and whatever goes to the sprint backlog be done in the next sprint in 2 weeks, right? We don't have to do it that way. We can get rid of one column if you want and just do whatever is in new issues, prioritize that, move it to the backlog. Whatever is in the backlog will be done in the next sprint. However you guys feel better about this. I mean, I'm open to anything.
I would like to try it. I think it will be easier to get a quick idea of what is in the sprint and what is left in the sprint just by glancing at it, essentially. So let's try it.
Great.
That's how we propose.
Great. Okay, then I will create another column called sprint backlog. We're going to move items inside there. And one more question before we move forward. Does anybody of you is aware of projects in GitHub or ZenHub? So if you click on the projects tab, I'm going to share that with you. We could eventually build up a roadmap there. So let me just find the share. Where's that? I'm going to share. Board Giveth. Okay, so you should be seeing the Giveth 2 board.
Yep.
Can you confirm? All right, cool.
Yes.
And so now in the projects, so we have Giveth operations. It's already there. And I created, for example, just the Giveth roadmap and release planning kind of project, right? And I it's kind of a roadmap. So basically what we could do, we could use this projects feature in ZenHub or to plan our roadmap. We can call these quarter, Q1, Q2, Q3, then drop some issues inside there. Maybe there's a way to automate this, I don't know. But if anybody wants to see what our roadmap looks like, I mean, we could use this stuff here.
Yeah.
Just a thought, so we don't have to decide right now on this call, but
Super cool. We're going to keep it in mind and figure out how we can use it.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, we could just drop stuff here, move it over here, and then that way we know we don't have to call them Q1, Q2. We can call them whatever we want, I don't know, maybe fast follow, give back, release, or whatever, right? But having Q1, Q2 is kind of knowing exactly when something will be released, I guess.
Cool. It'd be great if we can label something or somehow automatically pull it in there, right?
Yeah, I think
a label or a milestone or I don't know.
I think that works. And the second thing is also what we have and James, you already done that with the roadmap here feature in ZenHub, but somehow you can only list those epics here and you don't actually see maybe all of the issues that are listed inside. So I thought maybe, I don't know, and even okay, this is maybe discussed for another call, but kind of work. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not attached to anything. This was just trying to put any kind of structure on it. Let's experiment. I mean, if things are working, let's use them. If they're not working, let's try other things and just keep changing, I guess.
Okay, let me then just add another one, sprint backlog. And I'm gonna move the sprint backlog over here. And James, do you wanna be first to you just filter by your name? And do we have the next sprint? Did you tag the items? No.
I tagged items, but I didn't put my name on it.
Oh, okay. Then what we're gonna do the next sprint, and we're gonna search for your name. So there, maybe you want to go through these issues because I'm not sure which one is your issue and which one is Mateo's. Okay, there's Mateo's.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this yours?
This is not mine. No.
Is this?
Feature add images and videos. No, that's not mine. Black rectangle on active states. No, I believe Mitch created that. I was looking at it at some point. Towards white label option for modal. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really create a lot of issues, I guess. I generally create issues that I think are urgent, and I generally get them done. I mean, basically. So there's nothing really. Maybe let's start with someone else, and if there's any that I find that are mine or anything I want to bring up, then I can just add that on there.
Okay. And then let's go with Mateo then, next one here, because he has just a little bit. Mateo.
Yep.
You're on. So
yeah, both of them. For example, that first one is a styling that should be really quick. Just
okay.
the number.
Can we move it to the sprint backlog for the next sprint?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Multiple messages once you change network.
Totally needed. That should come as soon as possible. It's not a blocker, but should be a nice thing to fix.
So you want to add it to the sprint?
Yeah.
Okay, this one. Does this one need design? No.
There is already design, but I am trying to find a better way to check when that actually happens because we are having multiple providers.
This one.
So the event handling for that is a little bit complicated. So far, that's working for Taurus. If you make a donation with Taurus that has not enough amount of crypto, it will show you that. But I have to make it better for as many providers as I can.
Got it. So this one is a little bit more complex. Do we want to? Okay, let's keep it for now. So what do you want to do with that? Do you want to do it in the next sprint or not?
The thing with this one is that I can make up as much of use cases or user flows as possible and try to make it reliable. But I would have to make up a Portis account, my wallet, or whatever other providers we are offering through Onboard.js. So maybe it's a little bit complex. So far, I just made sure that the messaging is not showing that horrible like it is in the picture. So I try to make it like a little bit more aesthetic. So
okay, then you just like drop a screenshot of that new message that you reworked in this issue, and if it's fine, we can just close it or just keep it in the backlog for. It's not a priority if it's just better message already done.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Allow login with MetaMask on XDAI chain.
Yeah, that's something that came up when Mitch was trying to donate with XDAI, that if you try to log in with XDAI, it's not possible. So you first have to log in with mainnet, and then you have to switch the network. So that's like a wrong UX that shouldn't happen. So the better version should be you can directly log in with XDAI and then do whatever you want using that network. So yeah, that should go to the next sprint. It is not that complicated, I believe.
Okay. Then we're adding it to the sprint.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. Donate with crypto token list revisions. Oh yeah, this is one that I created. Crypto basically enhancing this one. Do you think like this is too much work, less work, or? Can you give an estimate?
No, I think that should be really easy to solve. I read there that you wanted me to remove the title of the token and maybe add an icon. Or if you have a
Yeah.
better...
So yeah, so basically, like if you go, for example, to, I don't know, whatever, Uniswap, or you have a Zerion, or you have whatever, basically exchange or something like that. So basically, when you click on the drop down, you search for a token. It shows like a symbol, and then it just says USDT, or WXDAI or XDAI or ETH or something. It does not write the full name here. I also provided you some crypto icon resources. They're on GitHub. You can grab them over there. So the logos, the symbols. And I don't know if there's already, even like coded version of the list that you can basically just, suck in. I don't know. But yeah,
that's added. I can do it.
It's not a big deal.
I think also, besides the design, this one is important to have a constant revision of what tokens we are showing in there and what lists we are providing for each network, because sometimes maybe we are not allowing a donation with a very particular token that has a hype recently and people want to give out. So maybe there should be like I'm not sure if an issue for that, but check if the tokens that we are listing right now are just enough or we are missing any.
Do you want me to create an issue for that, or?
Yeah, or we can do it as sync. I don't know. Maybe someone I can take a look, or everyone can give a look at the current list and say, hey, I want to add this one, or I wanted to donate with X token. I can. Or maybe allow the user to give feedback directly and say, do you want to add another token or something? Let us know.
I don't want to go down that route for now.
Okay. Yeah.
Just added a comment in this issue so we don't have to create a new one. That's it. I removed the tag next sprint, and I don't see any more issues for you or that you are assigned on. And I'm going to just clear all filters for a second and see like any of the issues that are currently in the backlog is something that is related to you.
I believe that one. We talked about the profile a long time ago, but then a lot of things happen. So far, we are adding right now the email. It's now a condition for you to make a project, but yeah, there is not really a verification. So that flow, I didn't touch it because you also mentioned that we could also make use of the new designs.
Yeah, don't do it. It's blocked by integrate profile verification. And today we also talked about in the givebacks, you see updated this one here. We're gonna have the Twitter, GitHub, via Treebox and stuff like that. So yeah, better don't touch it. Okay. Subscribe to the newsletter, needs more styling. What's that? Oh, I added maybe this. Okay, so I added this one. Oh, it's basically a success screen. Matteo, is this one for you?
Sure.
And you think like based on all the issues that you have currently have in backlog, that you can do this one as well in the next 2 weeks?
Is this supposed to begin today or?
Well, I think it's supposed to start today. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all right. That's just styling. It's supposed to go fast.
Yeah, I'm looking at your issues. They're kind of minor issues here. I mean, those are the fixes, but yeah, you're the one to estimate. My account cannot change. Okay, this one is blocked. MetaMask OS app browser can't sign in. This is more a technical issue.
But I believe that was solved a while ago because I think Willie made a mission through using his phone. So yeah, maybe it's we need to check it with more depth. See what's going
Let's
on.
assign it back to Tommy then, no? And get him to test it. And it's kind of an edge case, really, no? For a MetaMask
Yeah.
app. So I would
And
say it's
also
probably
it's
not
an
priority.
iPad. I think it's an iPad.
Yeah.
I also wanted to add, Matteo, I need to get into the groove with Lottie, but I could take those away from you probably because it looks like, I mean, let's see after this planning, but it looks like you're pretty full.
Right now, Lottie is being used for the confetti. It's really easy to use. What do you mean that?
Yeah, I just didn't do it yet. That's what I mean. So I have to look at
Okay.
it. I probably can take those issues away from you that are considered styling.
Sure. You take a look and just take it away from me as you want.
Yeah. You can double assign this probably for now. Or I do it.
These two issues are basically the same. So embed media preview in project updates and description, and add images, videos to updates. So basically, these two are the same. This means to integrate rich text editor to the updates, project updates, I guess, and project description. So I'm not sure whether we want to do this in the next sprint or not at all for now.
Please. Is it too hard? I want to be able to put links or a picture into my project description. I feel like this is pretty important.
I don't know.
And I created the issue a while back, but we just want to make sure whether it's a fast follow, like in the next 2 weeks, or do we want to tackle it in the next sprint after this one? And who's going to be working on this? Who's going to take on this issue? Is this James, you, or Matteo?
I can take it on. Yeah.
I can help you also because it has two parts. How we can handle the rich text on the backend and how we show it. So that's a little bit big one. There is a lot of work on there, so we can handle it together, I guess.
All right. So the estimate is like 40. No, it's not 40. 21?
Yeah, we can put 21.
Yeah, I think it's like high.
I mean, it's just really like the most important thing.
So
let's keep it because.
No. Let's keep going for now, and then afterwards we can get back to this one because like Matteo is done for now, I think, and then James, since you are not assigned to all issues, maybe let's just move forward and see what issues you have to open. Get access denied, no link for report. Access denied, please report issue.
That should be fixed now. That's quite an old issue, I would say.
January 27th.
I would say let's close that.
All right.
I'm confident it's not an issue. If it comes up again, then we can create it again.
Good. Black rectangle on active state. I think we fixed this one, didn't we? Or no?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
Well, don't think so. I can take that for sure.
Okay. Then let's do it and sprint backlog. What's the? Let me just scroll. Allow user to crop image to select which part of the image to include in project banner. No. Automated database backups. Automated database.
I think this is quite important. And like Kai, if you feel like your wheels are spinning on this, then I would take it on.
You have so much to do. I'm sorry I haven't done it yet. If I have a heavy blocker, I tell you, but I still want to do this if that's cool.
Kai, do we want to move it since? Okay, sorry, you bumped in, but do we want to move it to the next sprint?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm not sure there is an issue for this one, but it's kind of related. We're supposed to also talk about a schedule of rebuilding the application. So I think that's important if we want to also show the site more smoothly for new projects. So that's kind of a decision mainly, that how often do we want to rebuild the main site.
Yeah, right. That's a good point, actually. So do we have an issue for that? I think we did have a build optimization issue. I don't know if it's still there.
Oh, maybe there is.
I'm searching for it now.
Okay, about page now. Oh, about page Y, history seems to be cut off. What's that? Oh, history, this one.
What?
Oh, this is tested like on iPad or somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the most unimportant, I'd say. Many people have that.
Yeah. Well, let me just go scroll through these issues that you tagged next sprint first.
Okay, I found the build optimization ticket and I'm adding it to the sprint.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, what about a search and filters? We talked about it last time, or somewhere we mentioned that. When is the right time to actually?
I think now is the right time to do it. And Willie, at the very end of our last call, I can't remember which time it was, he flagged that he would really like this in the next sprint.
Okay, so that's in the next sprint. Who's going to be assigned to this one? I think designs are.
I will definitely take that. I think like the front end might even be done. It's just a back end thing, right? And I want to optimize the queries anyway, so I'll take this opportunity to do that.
Cool.
It also relates to the hard calculation that you were working on, right, James?
The what calculate? Oh yeah. What do you mean?
The filtering also would have to relate on the hard, more light, and all of that. So.
The quality score, the project quality score. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Then this cutoff Y here, is this something for you, Matteo? Yourself?
Yeah. Put it. I will try to check it out.
Okay. I mean, take this as well. Yeah.
Matteo, you have like a bunch of these small kind of fixes issues cleaning up. So I guess, well.
Also, I have an iPad, so those iPad issues are easier for me to fix, I guess.
Okay, then I'm gonna add you just as a tester. Okay.
Guys, I also realized that Merlin has joined us on this call. We should have said hello and welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Merlin.
Sorry.
Hey, man.
Hi, Merlin. Nice to meet you there.
Hey, yeah, guys.
Nice you made it. I guess I'll stop talking now.
Yeah, sorry. No, thanks a lot, James. And I apologize for not introducing Merlin before. And I'm not sure if Merlin actually, you know Merlin from before, or he joined some earlier calls, but he's joining us to help us with some front-end stuff. So I think Griff also mentioned that. And yeah, so there's Merlin. Merlin, if you see any issue that I want to take on, please shout, scream.
Yeah. So I'm open. You can just assign me to some issues you want I handle. I little bit see the code, but I'm not well used to. So you can assign me to like small issues, and so I learn how it's structured and stuff like that. so it's easier for me after to go and to tackle some bigger issues. I don't know.
Great. I have a suggestion. So, Matteo, for example, while you're working on some issues, feel free to delegate some of those that you think Merlin can take on, and just these smaller ones that he can help you with. I think that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Matteo, you can just pick me on Telegram or private message if you want.
Perfect.
Okay. That's that. What else do we got here? MetaMask iOS, nothing. Feature request, images, videos to update. We're going to discuss this one. Tor's white label option for login model. What's that? And whose issues is this?
I created it based on the feature they offer of making a white label of the Torus pop-up. So it wouldn't say Torus, it would say Giveth or something related, more of our own. So that's not something really important, but should be cool.
Nice to have. Well, I'll leave this one to you to decide whether you want it in the next sprint or not.
Okay.
This one we talked about, feature request, add images, videos to updates. This one is pretty big. So what do you guys think? Yeah.
I think like we should definitely do an initial investigation into this and like see how we would go about it. Like maybe there's a nice React component that's super easy to just drop in. I mean, I haven't really looked at this kind of thing for probably 5 years, and there was pretty nasty solutions back then. So there could be something nice now that's actually quite easy to implement. Otherwise, like I totally understand that it's great to be able to insert a video or insert an images or whatever. There may be like fast ways of doing this, like an extra image field that then turns it into an embed, for example. So that could be like a low-hanging fruit to like get us that until such time as we can prioritize this.
Yeah, if we find also a way like GitHub does, it should be amazing, because that way that you put up the link and it instantly recognizes the URL and it starts uploading it. It is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I actually have code for doing that somewhere. I can have a look. For images only, though, not for videos. Screenshots.
All right. Kai, just one more issue that I see you're on this one and tagged as the next sprint. Add Prometheus monitoring and alerts on backend servers. Do you want this?
That's a quick one.
Okay, adding that then. Sprint to backlog. Okay, cool. And then it's just left. It's myself. That's me. And I'm going to prioritize my issues. Okay, so one of the things that I started yesterday is reorganizing the Figma files and all pages and everything else. So quick warning, some of the old Figma links might not be working right now. You might not be able to access them, because what I did, I created a new team account for Giveth. I created a new project just for the branding. So think about project as a folder. So there will be like, branding assets, typography, colors, text, all that kind of stuff. And then the second project is Giveth projects, actually, which is the Giveth.io and the Giveth trace. So we're going to have two separate files for Giveth.io and Giveth trace. And the reason that I wanted to do that, because right now we have everything in one file, and it kind of got messy, and we're starting to work on new features, and we're going to be implementing givebacks and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to reorganize all that, consolidate the whole Figma Giveth workspace. So that's what I'm currently doing, and it's actually in progress. Next thing is I got a request from marketing team to also clean up the branding and provide them clean style guides and branding style guides for Giveth, both trace and IO. And so these are the two issues that I'm also started working on. So I think since marketing is already working heavily, I think we should provide them that, and that's kind of priority for me as well. Until we start with Givebacks implementation. So I'm going to add this to the sprint backlog. Then single page for no, hold on a second. Then single page for project categories, and then before that we have project categories, which is design banners, graphics to promote quarterly themes. And I got feedback from where is it? Where's that? Danny, you provided those quarterly themes, but this issue is not here. Weird. Never mind. And then refactor amount donated on donation table. I think this one is blocking or blocked. Allow donations in other cryptocurrencies. So do we have this? Is this like done or not?
I believe so. It's done.
So this one can be closed actually, right? No.
I mean, it's been tested for a while, I think. Yes.
So, so I guess we can close this one. Yeah, staging user testing. No, it's staging user testing right now. Okay, I'll leave this guy to you to close it or not. Do you like how
I remember
critical?
what happened with this one. There was just like a weird UI thing when I tried to put in comp. So I think the comments all in there with the photos and everything.
All right. And question for you, James, Matteo, and everybody, to refactor the amount donated, like in the so to redesign the donations table to show donations in different currencies, cryptocurrencies. Is it enough what we currently have, and you just add a I don't know, maybe an XDAI symbol or whatever instead of the ETH that we currently show, or do you really think that the donation history table needs to be completely redesigned?
I think it needs some work for sure. I don't have a strong opinion beyond that. I mean, it's a question of where we put currency symbols or otherwise. I mean, whatever works, I would say. But I don't think it looks great right now.
Perfect. Okay, great. Do you want to?
Matteo, do you have an opinion on that? I think you were working on this more than me. I do know that this work needed to pull the actual figures out of the database, probably, because we've saved all that stuff and we're taking the numbers from somewhere else right now. Is there anything you want to add?
No, I think for now, before we have a better design, maybe add the network. Yeah, because no, I think that's it. I don't know what can we add.
Hold on a second. Let me just find that we have here.
I mean, as a side note, it would be nice to have screenshots on these issues.
Yeah, I'm just adding that. I'm just adding it. Hold on a second. Add it.
I mean, when we create them, like maybe that's something we should try to do as much as possible.
And then all right, I'm just uploaded the sample here. This is how it looks like currently. We have the currency, we have the amount. I think like right now what we are doing is just changing the currency symbol here, right?
Yeah.
If that works for at least next sprint, then I would just keep it here and not add it to the sprint backlog, because the 3 issues that I'm currently added to the sprint is organizing Figma and doing the brand revisions. It's gonna take a lot of time for me, and I just don't think I can commit to any more issues that will 100% be done, right? And the point is here to actually commit to the issues that will 100% be done in the next sprint. So if it's not like critical, if this one can wait for another 2 weeks, then tell me. If not, then tell me as well, and I'm gonna bend again.
But I believe that's fine. I think that the more the problem with this at the moment is the search functionality that I think James pointed out a while ago, that if you put something in there, you don't actually get a search result. So it's completely different from the problem that we're discussing, but I think it's okay to go like this, but fixing that issue of the filtering and searching of the nation.
Okay. I just moved the last 2 issues to the backlog, because that's going to be done, probably prioritized for the next sprint for me. And yeah, so I think that's it, and I didn't miss any more issues. And let's just look at our sprint backlog right now. So we got newsletter styling, Giveth rebranding, and Figma reorganization. A bunch of small issues on the front end. Some issues on the back end. Search functionality, sorting, filtering, and that's basically it. Anything else you want to add, comment?
There's one other thing I want to add that I didn't get to this week, which is just around the error reporting. I want to review the error reporting that we get from Sentry, basically. I can find the ticket and add it right now.
Yeah, please do. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just actually removing the next sprint label, because we've done with the sprint planning. So I'm removing those. They're in the sprint backlog. When you start working on something, just put it in progress. When you're done, obviously, like in staging and so on and so forth. Is that okay with you?
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
So it's a bit different than what I thought we were doing today. So that's why I didn't add my name to issues or whatever. I thought we would start by discussing like what is priority, and I would have thought that we were going to put givebacks in as priority, basically, and that was going to get to the top of the sprint backlog. But maybe you can clarify that a bit.
Yeah, so I think so the reason why I asked you to just go through your issues that you were assigned on and label them as next sprint is that on this call, we filter by your name and filter by the label. And then out of those bunch of those issues that you thought could be sprint, you your feedback and we all prioritize what is actually going in the sprint backlog. So it's like not a traditional way of sprint planning, but it kind of works.
Yep.
And for that reason, I asked you to do that, right? And then the givebacks, it's a bigger chunk of work, I think. And before we clean up these smaller issues and see if there's anything that has to be done in the fast follow or something like that, I think after that we can then plan the givebacks, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. That's fine.
I think givebacks are not. I mean, we don't need givebacks implemented until we launch the token. So, it's got a lot of blockers.
Cool. Fair enough.
I have just one question. I was looking at the list on the list of projects on Giveth.io, and I was wondering if you reflect on the maybe implementing a list like Pinterest. Like for now, it's well arranged, but maybe with something like loading like Pinterest, so that people can keep scrolling and see all the projects, and after make that choice. I mean, it's just a reflection on.
So you're saying like continuous loading?
Yeah, but on Pinterest, I mean, the cards are not at the same level, and so it creates an effect on the brain, and so that you always want to scroll down, 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 and so that more projects are seen by the user, because if you have a loading and it's at the same level, maybe the user will not see as many as projects that we want, and maybe you will not find the project you want to donate to. But it's just it goes through my mind. It's yeah, I don't know.
Cool. I need to have a look at Pinterest. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, so Pinterest is very, very addictive, and it's a discovery kind of thing, like where their UX is great, by the way, because you can't move away from Pinterest.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, that's it. So
and it's like more like for inspiration and all that kind of stuff. I don't think we're in the same product category to implement the same interactions and user experience. We do want to encourage people to explore, but we don't want like to overload them and their brain. We actually want them to get to donate, right? So I don't think like we're in the same category as Pinterest, and that we want to do that exactly same thing. But something definitely to consider, and how we can enhance that user experience.
okay.
What do you guys think?
Sounds great. Let's keep it in mind, have a look, and take the best parts of the best things as we go along.
All right.
I think it definitely makes it a little
That's
bit
it for that
slicker
part.
than.
We got our sprint. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's just like I think it would be a little bit slick having the endless scroll rather than having to click the show more projects.
Yeah.
I have a breaking message for Donnie in the Discord. Please check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna just stop sharing because that's. We're done with this part, and I'm just gonna add this to the sprint. And yeah, if anybody else has anything to add or comment or want to talk about, please go ahead.
Marco, thank you so much for getting all this structure in place and bringing these ideas and these experiences. I'm excited to see how it works for us.
Let's try it out. We don't like, I think it will work. This like kind of sprint planning this way. Again, you guys have your issues now in the sprint backlog. See if you will be done with all of them earlier. If you will be done earlier, feel free to take another issue that you can work on until next sprint planning. And then we could have like I don't know, maybe 20 minutes before or 15 minutes before they like in 2 weeks on the dev call, like a quick retro for how the sprint went, anything you want to comment, add, change, improve, and yeah.
So should we decide when we would go live with the sprint then? Like if we start on a Wednesday,
Yes.
like should we go live on a Tuesday, or test Tuesday, live staging Monday?
Okay, so here this sprint, I'm using like the automated sprint creation, like here in ZenHub. This is like a feature. So basically, this sprint is from today until March 26th. this sprint will end, basically just in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I guess all the issues should be completed, and then yeah, we should decide whether the issues are just completed on staging and ready for testing, or by the end of this sprint are already tested and done. I don't know. I'm what do you think?
I mean, like, generally speaking, I would say like we should have a fixed day whereby everything is done by, let's say, Monday. And if something is not done by Monday, then it does not go into the sprint. And then it's deployed for testing on Tuesday. And then it's tested. And then Wednesday can be for bug fixing and any final issues in order to go live on Wednesday before the sprint planning. I would say, I mean, it's good to have a cutoff, like, and then like what doesn't go in, doesn't go in. And then we can have some structure around deployment and testing, sign off, and through that. That's what I would suggest, but I'm open to anything else.
You are aware that you're actually, you know, reducing the time of this sprint for yourself and everybody else in that way, you know, because then it's not 2 weeks, it's 10 days.
I'm aware of that, and generally speaking, that does happen, like in sprints. It doesn't have to be Monday. I mean, I'm pulling these names out of my head, or these dates or milestones out of my head, but like I think that in our sprint planning, like if we're going to go live every 2 weeks, like we need to incorporate like a cutoff, a deployment, testing, and a go live. Like it's not and I don't think that that's something that should just be other issues in the sprints. Do you know what I mean? Like there should be a fixed more structure on this, I believe.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, but and I would love to have these issues all closed. I mean, tested and closed before the next sprint. Definitely.
It's a bit tricky, even with the time difference between Europe and the West, also. So, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe we can try like Tuesday. I don't know, like Tuesday midday. Like morning in the Western Hemisphere, something like this. Tuesday morning, like
let's see how it goes.
We go to staging. Yeah, we can see how it goes. I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
All right.
How hard can it be to keep like a continuous testing? Because let's say I have 10 issues and 5 of them were ready a week ago, but nobody tested because supposedly the release was set for X date. So if a tester sees the issue already in staging, I think it's fine for testing in that environment. So I'm not sure. I know, for example, that Mitch is really always there checking the column and testing as soon as possible. So maybe if we have people doing that as soon as we mention them or they are checking out every once and then, that date by the end of the sprint shouldn't be that problematic. So I'm not sure.
Are you saying that we don't need that much time, or?
No, I mean that sometimes there are issues that are dependent of others. So maybe by the end of the sprint, more than half of them are already tested, but that should take on a responsibility of the testers. That's the thing. So we don't set a release for everything, but it's incremental.
I mean, let's just keep it in mind and see what works. Like, I'm not trying to push one single agenda, but I think we have a very good example right now where we're supposed to start a new sprint today, basically. Mm-hmm. And last night we had we found an unexpected issue, me and Matteo, and I implemented a fixed backend for this, and it was deployed on staging, and an issue was found today by Mitch, which we still have not got to the bottom of. So, I mean, potentially this could push us back a day or something. We don't know what this issue is, right? And it doesn't matter like how much things have been tested. like any single change can break anything, right? So until we have automated testing in place, like we have to do manual testing. And if we do manual testing, then we need to have a period of time where we block it and we test everything, right? That's what I think. I would love to prioritize some automated testing as soon as we get some stable functionality out, but I think that's the reality.
1 minute before the top of the hour, just one question, James. Like that new issue that came in, how urgent was that issue? I think that's the main question. While you're in the sprint and doing something that you already planned for, and then something comes in, it's just a matter of like, is it super urgent? Is it super critical and you have to fix it? Or can that wait for the next sprint? That's the question for you, I think.
Yeah, and in this case, it's super critical, right?
Yeah,
it's
like, that's fine.
Yeah, a logged in user cannot see their projects. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, look, you know, we may have to drop things that have been committed to go into sprints even, right? We might need to remove whole, etc. Anyway.
That's totally fine. I mean, that's totally fine. If you have an unexpected and critical issue that you have to fix, and there are some issues that you did not complete in this current sprint, I mean, nobody's gonna get hurt, nobody's gonna die, you're right? So that's
well,
right?
hopefully not.
We're aiming to
get
close all of them, but
yeah, it's cool. I mean, look, I think I'm just saying it's cool to have buffer in there, and it doesn't mean we're gonna stop working, right? We're gonna keep putting stuff in anyway, right? So yeah, let's just figure out as we go along, and I think that's super cool. Thank you very much, Marco.
Thanks everybody for joining the call. Thanks for providing your feedback. And yeah, I guess see you next time. Let the sprint begin.
All right. Nice one. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.